Hi, everybody. If you are here, that means you've been assigned the priority learning, and this is the podcast project. This is my attempt at organizing the learning of the last month or so into a project that you can do on your own. Always, you can ask for help if you need it, but I've tried to set this up so it's as easy as possible for you to do on your own. So first off, you will notice that there's only one document in the assignment, and it's all here. I've included just about everything you need. So the first step, you'll notice that this is a very colorful long list of slides. If you can't see it well, click on the zoom button and click to 100, and then it'll bring it up big enough for you to see. So just moving through, I just want to show you there are a number of steps, quite a few. I tried to narrow them down as much as I could, but I'm going to use this video to walk through each of the steps with you to make sure you kind of understand what is where and how to do it. So this first step is just to do what you're doing right now, and that's watch me introduce the podcast. So in order to do the podcast, you need to pick, we're going to be on step 2, you need to pick one of the films to follow and to watch and to learn from. If you have Disney Plus, I'd like you to do Black Panther. If you have Amazon Prime, I'd like you to do Captain America, the First Avenger. If you have Netflix, I'd like you to do Into the Spider-Verse. Now, if you do not have access to any of these three, contact me. I will make a plan with you. But for the sake of this argument, let's assume you have Disney Plus. So you're going to click on Black Panther and you're going to open the doc. And this screen will pop up. It will say, would you like to make a copy of Priority Learning, Black Panther podcast movie notes? You want to click make a copy. So this is fantastic. Now we have a copy of the movie notes. I would like it a lot if you could update the title and put your name. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got here. The document is about 2 pages. So we're kind of looking at the idea that this podcast is going to be talking about a topic that connects to our lives. And we're going to use this film as my example as Black Panther. Okay. So one side of the notes, the first page is as you watch the movie, look for places where Black Panther is using the story or the characters to help you answer any of these questions. So you will see all these numbers of colors. So we have a red one, outsider versus insider is the topic. And the question is, what are the challenges for an outsider or insider in a community? So inside the box, you get to type your thoughts here, and if you can, add a timestamp. So as you're watching the movie, as you notice any of these things, so if you notice role of women, what's a woman's place in the world, you can answer and put your thoughts for each of these 6 main ideas in each of the boxes. Okay? It's okay to pause the movie frequently. We're watching it to learn, not just watching for fun. Another way to approach this is as you watch the movie is to look at the characters, and I've included a picture and their name. Write down what you notice about these characters. What do they seem to care about? How do they act and why do they act the way they do? So under T'Challa's picture here, you would click and then you would type the things you notice about these characters, what he cares about, how he acts, why he does what he does. Okay, and so you're going to add notes for the characters on this side. When you are all done watching the movie and taking the notes, you're going to come back to our podcast. That means you can step if you want. If you want some help, you can watch this video of me taking notes on the film. And then come down here to step 4, and you can watch me decide which question I want to answer in my podcast. Step 5, now we're done. Let me go back to step 5. Step 5 means we're all done watching the movie and our notes are done. Okay? So you are ready for this if you are done watching the movie, and your notes are done. If this is true for you, then you're ready for step 5. Okay, so go ahead and watch this video. This is me introducing the podcast. Then come to our next slide. You'll want to make sure you have those notes nearby because you're going to need those notes to create your script. Step 7 is to watch me in this video write my script as an example. Step 8 is I want you to listen to my example of the podcast here. After that, step 9, you're going to write your own script on the next slide. And there's a rubric. So slide 3 is where all the goodness is finally coming together. You're going to write your script here. And then using one of the 3 options here, you're going to record yourself speaking. You're not on camera, it's just your voice answering that question and basically reading what you wrote for your script. Once you get that in a link, you're going to insert it here, and this is what I'm going to grade. So this is just a very quick overview of the project, starting at the top with getting an introduction from me. Now, this is a performance grade assignment, so you definitely, this is a good one to pick to do. From choosing your movie, to watching me show you how I took notes, to watching me show you how I decided which question to do for my podcast, to watching me introduce how we are going to do the podcast, all the way through to the end when you write your script and you record your podcast. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.